10 fitness facts that you still believe that just simply aren't true. Stretching before a workout reduces injury. Stretching before a workout does not reduce the chances of you getting injured. Actually, it can slightly increase the chances of you getting injured due to increasing the range of motion that you're able to perform, therefore putting your body into more uncomfortable positions that more likely lead to you pulling a muscle or straining something. Dynamic stretching before a workout, like a few arm swings or some leg raises, can help. The best thing you should really do is to just warm up with a lighter weight of the exercise that you're about to perform. Number 2 is that you can turn fat into muscle. You cannot turn fat into muscle. They are two separate things. I've actually heard people say this online. Here's how to turn your belly fat into abs. You can't do it. You can, however, lose fat and gain muscle at the same time during a recomp. Completely possible, especially early into training. However, they are indirect from one another. Unless you're a wizard and can magically transform tissue, your fat is fat, your muscle is muscle. You can gain muscle and gain fat, you can gain muscle and lose fat. Number 3 is sweating equals fat loss. Now in your head, it kind of does make sense, right? It's like when you're training and you're exercising and you're doing cardio, you're sweating. Oh look, the fat's draining out of me. No, you're just losing fluid. And if you drink a lot more water, you'll notice you sweat a lot more. Obviously, sweating could equal fat loss indirectly in terms of the fact that usually when you're sweating, you're burning calories. Sweating is your body's way of cooling you down. Fat loss happens in a calorie deficit. Repeat after me. Fat loss happens in a calorie deficit. Thermodynamics. Number 4 is that you can only absorb 30 grams of protein per meal, or 50 grams or 60 grams or whatever your influencer wants to tell you. You can absorb almost as much protein as you want during a meal. New studies come out week after week showing that there is really no cap to how much protein you can absorb, but it would be stupid to have 200-300 grams of protein in a meal because you might as well just spread it out over the day. Number 5 is that you need carbs. Your body needs carbs.
You need carbs!
Your body actually doesn't need carbs. Your body needs carbs when you're running off glucose. However, if your body is in ketosis, your body doesn't run off this shit. Now, we're not saying that your body shouldn't run off carbs. Carbs are actually a great fuel source for training. However, you don't necessarily need them. Keto is actually a pretty good way to lose weight, despite how much hate it gets online. That's what I did when I wanted to get shredded. It's what Ziz did when he wanted to get shredded, and it works. Your body can run off fats just fine. Number 6 is that creatine causes hair loss. This is probably why your mum thinks creatine is a steroid. There was one study done on creatine showing that it could cause hair loss, but it didn't actually directly study the effects on hair loss. It studied the effects on DHT in 20 male rugby players. And that was it. It was done in 2009 and has been debunked multiple times. Creatine does not cause hair loss in any way, shape, or form. It's one of the best supplements and safest supplements you can take. By the way, guys, we worked out the new meta for creatine. It's not the powder. I fucking hate the powder now. Yeah, because the gummies, they're honestly the way to go. We teamed up with Tasty Gains, and these guys honestly make the best gummies. You have 3 of these and it's your daily intake, and they actually taste really good. I've honestly had like 20 grams of creatine today because I just keep eating them, and I should probably stop. And we would actually never recommend a supplement that we haven't personally vetted, and we've had plenty of people come to us with supplement sponsorships and we didn't take any of them, but this shit is legit. We're honestly gonna say ditch the powder. Just get a couple bottles of the Tasty Gains creatine gummies and you'll get a really nice discount if you do that. It's the first link in the description. Number 7 is gear only works if diet and training are good. No, the truth is gear works better than any diet and training ever could by itself. Yeah, you can gain more muscle taking gear and not training than training without taking gear. Obviously, it depends how much you're taking, and gear will work better, obviously, if you've got your diet and training in check. But most influencers only tell you this because they don't want to attribute their gains to gear. They want to attribute it to hard work, training hard, and never giving up. Diet and training is a multiplier of gear, and testosterone is the driving factor of your muscle mass. That's why men have more muscle mass than women. Don't underestimate how much gear works. Now, this is not a gear advertisement. I suggest no one ever takes steroids because the side effects are undeniable, but don't let an influencer on copious amounts of gear tell you that their results aren't down to the gear they're taking. Number 8 is that ice baths are good for recovery. Ice baths actually lower muscle protein synthesis. Now, ice baths are good for waking up. Ice baths are good for getting an adrenaline rush. Ice baths are not good for muscle gain. Ice baths can actually inhibit muscle gain, especially directly before a workout. If you want to take ice baths and you want to get that endorphin rush, I suggest doing it well outside your training window because it will hinder your performance. Number 9, sugar is bad for gains. No, sugar is actually really good for gains, especially if you time it correctly. And it's a great carb source directly before or even during your workout. Now, sugar is not good for your health in general. A high sugar intake is very bad for your health. However, for training and muscle gain specifically, It's great. And number 10 is the pump is good for gains. The pump is not actually an indicator of how much muscle you gained during a workout. Mechanical tension is the driving factor for how much muscle gain you are gonna get out of a workout. The pump is an indicator that you've trained the targeted muscle group, but matter of fact, if you didn't get any pump at all, you'd likely be able to push more reps, because the pump sometimes is actually so debilitating that you can stop an exercise before you actually mechanically fail the exercise, and the pump is just too intense and hurts too much. We're not saying the pump is bad. You should be going to the gym, getting a good pump, because then you can be assured that you're hitting the targeted muscle group, but it's not going to be responsible for gains. And this is not all the fitness facts that you still believe. The fitness industry is one of the most misconstrued and confusing topics to understand. The average person quite literally has zero idea about health and fitness, and it still blows my mind every day how much misbeliefs people have surrounding fitness. And if you find that you're stuck in the mud, or you're confused, or there's still things that you're just like, it doesn't make any sense in your brain, I highly suggest you go join the school group. It's $9 a month. It's less than Netflix, where you can get access to every single fitness and diet program we have in there. You get direct access to us and all the other 250 plus members that are seeing results every single day, like Daniel, who finally got consistent and stuck with the bulk for the first time. Guys in there are winning every single day. And it's got all the other different misbeliefs about fitness and surrounding fitness in all the 50 plus videos that are inside there. And that's the first link in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate all the support recently, and I'll see yous in the next one. Peace.